Alright guys, let's return to solving our cases. Remember, put your detective cap on. I'm going to have you guys read page 10 to yourself and mark your clues with your coding flags. Alright, I see that you have a visualizing clue. What did you visualize? Oh, so you pictured in your mind Rosa Parks refusing to move her seat. Alright, I'm definitely going to write that on the board. Let's keep solving, guys. We're going to read page 11 together in our whisper voices. 1, 2, 3. I found a clue on this page that helps me connect what is happening to what I already knew. I already knew that Rosa didn't move because she thought it was wrong that colored people had to give up their seats for white people. Oh, wow, I'm going to write that down because I made a connection. Okay, for this page, I want you guys to read silently and mark your clues with your coding flags. You're going to read page 13 and mark your clues. I see that you have a connection. What was your connection? You already knew that the Supreme Court had ruled that separate was unequal? Oh, wow. I'm definitely going to write that. Oh, and what did you visualize? So you could visualize how tired Rosa was of things being separate and unequal? Yeah, that's a great visualization. I bet that really helped you solve some of this case. All right, let's look at the word unequal. That's a pretty big, hard word, and we can word solve to help it solve our case. So do you see a part in unequal that you know? Oh, you know that equal means the same. Oh, and you know un means not. So when you put those together, what does it mean? Not the same. So what the Supreme Court said was that separate is not the same or not equal. So maybe Rosa is important because she stood up against something that wasn't equal. Now we're going to read page 15 together in our whisper voices. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I see you made a visualization. Oh, that's true. Even when the policeman came, Rosa still didn't get up out of her seat. That's a great clue. Good job. So today we found a lot of clues to help us solve our case. How do these clues help us solve our case? Who is Rosa and why is she important? Those are great. Those are great. So today we read carefully, and our codes of visualizing and making connections and word solving helped us find clues and solve this case. So let's review our words on the clue chart. We had movement and frequently, pleasantries, and unequal. Those are great words. You can use this in other subjects. You could use it in science if you're trying to figure out a big word in science. Like, for example, you used un and equal to help figure out unequal. If you knew parts of a word in science, you could do the same thing. Alright guys, I want you to put your coding flags back on your guides, and as we do, I want you to think about how we can use these strategies to help your reading comprehension of other texts. I'm going to take up your guides and your pictures. Excellent. Alright guys, so now we're going to play some word games. So we're going to start with our Find the Imposter game. I'm going to do the first one with you, and then you'll do the next two by yourselves, okay? So first, I'm going to find the root word or clue word for movement and put a box around it. This clue word will help us figure out the spelling, reading, and meaning of the bigger word. For movement, the clue word is move, so I'm going to put a box around move. So now we have to circle all the words that are related and therefore have the same root or similar meaning to movement. And cross out the imposters that may look the same but are not related in meaning. Okay, so dove has of, like move, but its meaning doesn't have anything to do with move, so it's an imposter, and I'll cross it out. Mover is someone who moves things. That is definitely related, so I'm going to circle it. Remove means to move it away, so that's related, and I circle it. Remake. That doesn't have move in it, and it doesn't have anything to do with move, so I'm going to cross it out as an imposter. And moving, that has to do with move, so I circle it. We're right, so we're going to give ourselves a point. Now it's your turn. Alright guys, now we're going to play the word wizard game. You've been given the word move in the center, and you have to come up with as many words as are related. And the student who writes the most related words wins. You have 30 seconds. Go. Alright, so now I'm to my wrap up. Alright guys, we made it to the finish line and solved this case. You got all the board pieces, you played all the games, and we figured out that Rosa Parks is a woman who wouldn't give in to what she thought was wrong. And by refusing to give up her seat, she started a movement. Looking for clues and coding the text helped us to better understand the meaning of the story. It helped us learn who is Rosa and why is she important. So let's think about how we could use these clues when we're reading other books and stories as we walk back to your class.